What's up? All right, so let's look at 5 things that you should be doing so that you don't build bad habits in a flight simulator. Great, let's jump right in. Don't go too far. I've got a new announcement coming up for you for a new YouTube channel. You guys are going to want to see that. So, funny thing about a flight simulator is that whatever good habits you take into that flight simulator, those are what's going to come out of that when you go into the real aircraft. So, that also goes the same for bad habits. If you take bad habits into the flight simulator, guess what? You're going to have bad habits coming out of that and going right into the real aircraft when you jump in. So if you're not using a checklist in the flight simulator, then you're probably going to be inclined not to use it when you get to the aircraft, or you're going to get to the real aircraft and you're going to be looking through your checklist like, where is it? How do you do this? What's the startup procedure? You know, just dumb little things like that. So get it out, blow off the checklist, take that to your flight simulator, make sure that you're using that the way that it should be used, just like it is in the real aircraft, all right? Obviously, we've already alluded to this a little bit, but the engine start is going to be your number one big thing. Like I said, you start off on the runway. Well, you can also set it to start off on, in front of your favorite hangar or somewhere, and then you go to the area and you start with the engines not running, so that way you can go through the checklist and start going through that checklist. That is an important piece and good habits that you want to transfer over to the real aircraft. What about pilot edge? Maybe talking on the radios. Maybe you want to do some radio talk. And well, guess what? If you're in the flight sim, you're probably not going to be thinking about, oh, I got to make a radio call to taxi. Oh, I have to call ground so I can request a taxi to the active runway, or doing all that stuff, or contacting ATIS. Guys, that's stuff that you're going to do in the real aircraft if you consider yourself a simmer and not a gamer who instinctively will just get in and go screw off and play around with stuff. And I'm not talking crap against the gamer crowd. I'm a gamer. I've got Grand Theft Auto sitting on there right now, ready to go to as soon as I'm done editing this video. I love that kind of stuff. But we don't want to build those bad habits. So start talking on the radio. Get pilot edge. Get VATSIM. Get out there and start doing that stuff so that you're used to it in the actual aircraft, okay? Here's a fun one. Let's talk about traffic patterns. Traffic patterns can be, I don't want to say daunting, but if you have a setup like mine and you can't see on the left and right side, then it's going to be, you're going to be very inclined, like I am, to want to do a lot of straight in runway or a lot of straight in landings and not do a traffic pattern, because it's hard to do a traffic pattern when you can't see left or right. You can't see the runway. You can't see the airport environment. So make sure that you set your systems up so that you can easily glance left, glance right. Those are actual options inside of the flight simulator software. So you can set a toggle button to go left and right and then back forward. So that way when you get out there and fly a pattern, at least you can look left and right, like you think you would. So yeah, that's an option. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're coming in on the 45 degree to the downwind angle. Make sure you're doing 500 feet above overhead, and make sure you're looking down at the runway going, okay, where's the wind coming from? Think about the weather. Where's the winds coming from? If you're making a landing into an airport that doesn't have any, nobody speaking, non-tower controlled airport. That's what I'm trying to think of, guys. Make sure that you're checking that. Make sure you're going into make sure you're going in and landing on a runway where it favors the winds that are happening out there. If you just have calm winds all the time, I guess you don't have to worry about it too much, but still get in that habit. Use your radios. Flight planning. All right. Talk about things that you can create some bad habits or good habits with. Flight planning is definitely one of them. So get used to planning your flights. In a real aircraft, you're going to do that. You're going to be looking at SkyVector. You're going to be looking at different maps, whether it's paper maps, whether it's ForeFlight, whether it's, whatever it is that you're looking at to do your flight planning on, you're going to get used to doing that in the real aircraft. So you might as well do it in the flight sim so you can carry those skills over to ForeFlight, over to SkyVector, over to the real aircraft. All right. It is a skill that will, I don't want to say it'll go away. I mean, I think most of the skills will be there, but from a digital perspective, you want to get in here and remember how to do this, how to export. You want to export the actual file that you create at the end of your flight planning journey to a file like an XPL or an FML, whatever it is that you need to export it to so that you can use it in your electronics, in your GPS in the aircraft, okay? If you guys just want to wing it and go pilotage and dead reckoning, go old school, that's fine. At least have an idea what you're looking at when you get out there, and write out your paper. If you're going to it's true OG, at least get in and do your flight planning and write out your nav log, okay? So that's an idea. It's something that you can do to carry good habits over. You don't want to lose that, okay? Here's something else you guys are going to want to look at, and that is weather. Make those go, no-go decisions. Get used to making a go, no-go decision from the seat, from a safe seat inside your house where you can actually do your flight planning. Part of that is weather, okay? So check the weather. Would you go flying? Set it up inside of your actual simulator to track real-life weather, so that way it's actually, if you look outside the window and you go, crap, it's raining cats and dogs out here. Am I actually going to go flying today? Maybe think about that ahead of time. Check your air mats, your sig mats, and check the METARs online and go, would I fly in the current conditions that are out there right now? Check the weather, check the winds, check everything that you can, check the radar, and just think to yourself, where am I going to fly? Where am I going to start, and where am I flying to? And would I make, with the given conditions, would I make this flight? And at least make the go, no-go decision. If you want to try the flight, that's up to you. It is a simulator still. And just see how it kind of pans out. You're definitely more than welcome to try that. That might make you feel like, yep, I probably made the right decision, or maybe I didn't make the right decision, okay? Especially for instruments, if you're like, I don't know, this is going to be a little bit close. I don't know if I'm going to make this approach into the airport that I'm flying to, but let me, this is for funsies and dunsies. Let's see if it would work out if I were to have made this actual flight today, right? So check that weather, just get used to it. Those are all your good habits, so definitely be using your checklist. Do those engine starts, talk on the radios, get out there, check the weather, and do your flight planning just like you would in the real world, okay? You take those skills and implement them, utilize them inside of your flight simulator so that you can carry those out to the real world, to the real aircraft. All right, one more big thing I wanted to tell you guys about today, and that is the new channel, guys. I've been a little bit absent the last couple weeks. Well, one, it's hard to make the same video over and over and over about flight simulators, but the RV10 came in, the empennage kit came in, so I am really super excited. I'm going to make a new vlog channel for the RV10 here, so I'm going to leave all the stuff about that, the information down in the description. Go check that out. I would say I'm not very far through it, guys. I'm on like step 1 of day 1. I'm just going to get in the habit of creating some videos, good, bad, or ugly, and putting them on YouTube. All right, so I invite you guys along for that journey. If you have any questions, comments, anything at all, definitely stick them down in the comments area and check out those links if you guys want to get access to the little cool Cessna 172 builder guide that I created. I'll leave a link down in the description as well for that. Definitely go click on all the fun stuff, and I will catch up with you guys in another video. Take care. All right, see ya.